Hi everyone, welcome back to SAT 021. In this lesson, we will continue to talk about quadratic equations. So in part 1, we've learned how to solve a quadratic equation by factoring. And in this lesson, we are going to talk about how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. Usually, when the quadratic coefficient is 1, we apply the method of completing the square because it will be more efficient for us to solve the question. So we may follow the steps to apply the method of completing the square. Step 1, move the constant term to the right. So the equation will be transformed into x squared plus bx equals c. And the second step, add a number to both sides of the equation to make the left side a perfect square trinomial. So we add a number to both sides of the equation. And step 3, factor the left-hand side of the equation and take the square root for both sides to get the final answer. So the left-hand side will becomes to x plus a number squared. And then we can take the square root for both sides of the equation to get rid of the square. Okay, so the most important step is our step 2, as we have to find a proper number to make a perfect square trinomial. So what is the number? And I will tell you that the number is our linear coefficient divided by 2 and then squared. Let's see two examples here. Example number 1, x squared plus 6x equals c. So in order to complete the square, we have to add 6 divided by 2 and then squared, which is 3 squared, which is 9, to both sides of the equation. And example number 2, x squared minus 8x equals c. And in this situation, the number added is negative 8 divided by 2 and then squared, which is negative 4 squared, which is 16. So we add 16 to both sides of the equation. So let's do one practice. Which equation is identical to the equation given below? So we may notice that the 4 choices are all in completed squared form. So we have to complete the square for this equation. So first, we may move the negative 5 to the right. So the equation becomes to x squared minus 4x equals 5. And then we have to add number to both sides of the equation. So the number added is negative 4 divided by 2 and then squared, which is negative 2 squared, which is 4. So we add 4 to both sides of the equation. And then the left-hand side, we can factor it. So it becomes to x minus 2 squared equals 9. So our correct answer is D. And that's the end of this part. And in part 3, we'll introduce a new method solved by the quadratic formula. So see you then.